We're now going to talk about the trades themselves. We started off by giving you the measuring tools and the user inputs. Now we're going to show you where they're used. Talking of the trades, there are a maximum of 3 trades per day. Sometimes none, but no more than 3. Sometimes 1, sometimes 2. Every day we restart at the start of the session. The session starts in the evening at 6 o'clock, I think it is, and then ends the following evening at around 5:30, 5 o'clock, depending on the instrument. For the first trade of the day, we are governed by PTD1, which is permission to draw 1, which is 1/2 ATR. For trade numbers 2 and 3, we are governed by permission to draw number 2, which is 2/3 of an ATR. For the purposes of starting, I'm only going to focus on trade number 1. Okay, so for the first trend line, we don't know which direction it will go. It could go either up or down, but we will find out which direction once the PTD threshold has been met between the highest or the lowest point of the start bar and the current price. Once that condition is met, then we're able to draw our first trend line. So the first thing we're going to do is, because we are dealing with trade number 1, we're being governed by the PTD1. So what we're looking for is PTD1 to be met, and so we've got our start bar over here, which is the first bar of the day. We're waiting for PTD1 to be met, and it gets met at that point over there. This is our measuring tool for PTD1, marked in yellow, and let's go to the rule set. So once we have our PTD threshold met, we have permission to draw the outer twomost lines. Now drawing them is point 1 is the lowest point of the day between start price, start bar and current price. Okay, the start bar is over here. Current price, as we met PTD1, is there. So lowest point of the day is going to be this point here, and that is point 1. So the outermost angle is to be drawn from there to there, and that is our first trend line drawn. Upward sloping, looking for short entry. Redrawing trend lines, same as DJ trend lines rules, where if the redraw threshold is met, and we use this measuring tool for the redraw, and it is met quite early on over there, we redraw using point number 2 as point number 1. So that gets drawn like that, and we zoom in so we don't make mistakes, and that gets moved over, and that gets moved over, and looks like we have an entry at that point over there. And I'm going to put it in red because it turns out to be a losing trade, and that is the exit marking here. So this is our first trade, and it's a loss, and that is basically the trade. Our target is not met, and instead our stop is. So that's the first trade on day 1. Now I'm looking for day 2.